Hey YouTube, it's me Spotty. Welcome to another week of Cubing Topicals. So today I thought it might be fun to do something that we haven't really done in a while, and that is of course a Q&A. So let's just jump straight into the first question coming from Cubing Encoded. He asks, are you thinking about investing in a new camera in the near future? Well, Cubing Encoded, I'm glad you asked, because actually I'm using a new camera for this video right now. Before this point, I was using an iPhone, so first I was using my 5C, which started my channel off, and then that broke, so I was using a 5S. Now though, I'm using the Olympus OMD EM5 Mark II. Yeah, it's a really awesome camera. I haven't been using it for too long, so I don't really know all its features or capabilities, but hopefully you will see an up in quality on this channel. Moving on though, the next question comes from MJ Bura. Sorry if I pronounce your name wrong, but he asks, do you think you'll still be cubing in about 5 years? I'd like to think that I'd still be cubing in 5 years. By that time, I'm not sure if I'll be as into it, and I probably won't have as much time to cube as I do now, but I'm pretty sure it'll still be around. But moving on to the next question, this is one that I get quite often, probably only second to when are you doing a face reveal, which I don't know right now, but the question is, are you a girl? Yes, I am a girl. This still seems to confuse a lot of people. If you do see someone who asks, then let them know. But yeah, that's pretty straightforward. On to the next one. Ryan Driscoll asks, is there any chance that you're going to consider speed solving big cubes in the near future? So 5, 6, or 7. So the only big cubes that I have is a 5x5 and a 6x6. I did really enjoy solving 5x5 for a little while, and I practiced it a little bit. I still suck, and I suck at 6x6 even more. I've probably solved it maximum 60, 70 times ever. So the likelihood of me getting really into those events is pretty slim, but I do enjoy solving it when I do, and I guess I do want to get more into it in the future. The next question comes from LC Cubes, and they ask, do you think a female cuber will ever get the world record for 3x3? Honestly, probably not. It's not that I don't think it could ever happen, because there are females who I think could get a world record for single and average, but just the number of males who cube compared to the number of females, the difference is huge. And just taking the top 100, there's only one female who has a single or average, and that is Dana Yee. So she's placed 12th in the world for single, which is really good, and 54th for average. So yeah, just looking at it like that, you really see that there are not many females who are world class at all, but it's possible, we never know. CA Cubed asks, do you have any tips for smaller cubing YouTubers like me? So when you're first starting out, I think there are 3 things that you want to be focusing on. The first is consistency. It's good to have a schedule. It doesn't have to be super strict, but as long as you have some sort of pattern on when you're uploading so that your subscribers know what to expect. The second thing is quality, and I don't mean that you have to go out and buy a really expensive camera. As I said before, I was using my phone up until this video, so you can use your phone, use what you have, but just make sure that you're putting time into your videos and try to make them to the best of your abilities with what you have. And the last thing is just make videos that you'd want to watch or that you enjoy making. I don't think it's really super great to make videos if you wouldn't, or if you don't think you would enjoy watching it yourself. For example, I don't really like watching solve videos at competitions. Unless it's super fast or you're breaking a world record, those kind of are joined together, then I don't normally watch those kinds of videos. There are exceptions to that, of course, if it's like somebody I know or something like that, but generally I don't really watch those videos, and that's why I don't really like making them. If you're making it just for yourself or to keep track of your own progress, then that's kind of different. But yeah, as a general rule of thumb, I try to make videos that I'd enjoy watching, or I think I'd enjoy watching if I was at a certain point in cubing. The next question comes from Ayas D. Joshi. Sorry if I butchered your name, but they just ask casual untimed solves or timed practice sessions. So I don't really do any casual untimed solves because I like to see scrambles when I'm solving, especially for 3x3 and 4x4, because when I hand scramble, they're always really similar or just really terrible. So I guess timed practice sessions, but they're not even really practice sessions. They're more like timed casual solves. Maybe a mixture of them both. And this is going to be the last question coming from RP Cuber. He asks, ever since you started cubing, how many solves do you think you have done ever on any puzzle? I actually really suck at guessing. You know those games where people fill up jars with candy or lollies, and then you have to try and guess how many lollies are in that jar? I really suck at them. I'm always like super off. I don't know how much off. It depends how big the jar is and how many lollies are actually in there. So if it's like 1,000, then I'll probably be 100 off or a couple hundred off. If it's 100, I'll probably be like 50 off. The point is, I suck at guessing. But back to the question, I had to think about this, and right now I have a session on CS Timer. My biggest one is about 7,000 solves, but I often do delete sessions that are kind of old. So I've deleted probably thousands and thousands of solves. And before using CS Timer, I used Chow Timer on my iPad and my phone. So that probably has a couple thousand altogether as well. Just a guess, it's probably way off. So if I had to guess how many I've done altogether, it doesn't even have to be timed. It can just be untimed solves, although I don't do much of them, so that probably won't account for much. I'm guessing around 15,000. That's probably way off, actually. I've had this 7,000 session for maybe a couple months. Maybe more like 20,000. Okay, that's my final guess. My final guess is about 20,000 solves. I've been cubing for about 2 years, by the way. But yeah, that just about wraps it up for this Q&A. Thank you for sticking around for the whole thing if you did. If you have any other questions, then feel free to leave them down in the comment section below, or follow me on Instagram and I'll update you guys of the next Q&A. Other than that though, thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next one.